Aduna, how are you? It's nice to have you. How is that? Obo? See this man that moved to Elsa. Yes, sir. How are you? The new Adama. How are you? Mara, why are you sitting with good? I welcome you, our resident electoral commissioners, to this regular consultative meeting. And in particular, I would like to introduce you to two national commissioners, Professor Sunday Aja and Abrazak Yusuf, who are attending this meeting for the first time. They assumed duty only a few months ago. Similarly, I would like to welcome 6 resident electoral commissioners sworn in exactly 32 days ago, particularly 4 of you who are attending this meeting for the first time. Reg Ogun, I think she introduced herself. Thank you, Shashe. Reg Sokoto. Reg Gombe. And Ibeziako Reg Abia. So you are welcome to the meeting as well. The meeting with the resident electoral commissioners usually comes at the end of our consultative meetings with stakeholders. Throughout last week, the commission met with leaders of political parties, civil society organizations, the media, and the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security. Matters arising from these engagements that require your attention will be discussed at this meeting. I am glad to note that we now have regs in all the states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory. I wish to remind you that your work does not begin as the general election approaches. You are full-time commissioners. There are policy and procedural issues already determined by the Commission, which you need to implement without prompting from the headquarters in Abuja. Some of you are already doing so, but you need to intensify your effort. You do not need an elaborate conference or workshop to build the capacity of your staff to improve on their knowledge of new policies and practical innovations introduced by the Commission to improve electoral service delivery to Nigerians. You also need to provide us with information on your plans to enhance voter access to polling units by decongesting some of them, or in other areas such as the cleaning up of the voters' register, deepening our engagement with electoral stakeholders at state and local government levels, the management of electoral logistics, and election security. I wish to remind you that elections and electoral activities take place in some states of the Federation, and your role as managers of personnel and resources is critical to success. You can only effectively discharge your responsibilities when you are knowledgeable and committed. I encourage you to intensify your effort so that we will play our part in what is a multi-stakeholder responsibility more effectively. Already, the Commission has announced the dates for a number of elections and electoral activities. For the next 1 year, from 16th August to 8th, 2025 to 8th August 2026, the Commission is holding 5 major elections. These are the by-elections in 12 states of the Federation on 16th of August 2025, the Anambra State Governorship election on 8th November 2025, the area council elections in the Federal Capital Territory on 21st February 2026, the Ekiti State Governorship election on 20th June 2026, and the Osun State Governorship election on the 8th of August 2026. The Commission has released the timetable and schedule of activities for these elections, and some of the activities have already been carried out. The latest being the commencement of campaign by political parties in Anambra State, the publication of notice for election in Ekiti State, and the conclusion of party primaries in the Federal Capital Territory. Turning to electoral activities, the continuous voter registration resumes nationwide on 18th August for online pre-registration and 25th August for in-person registration. However, the CVR in Anambra State will resume next week and will be held simultaneously in all the 326 wards in the state. This will enable the Commission to conclude the exercise and compile the new voters register not later than 90 days before the date fixed for the election as provided by law. You will be updated on the implementation plan at this meeting. The detailed timetable and locations of the CVR have already been made public by the Commission. As we approach the by-elections, the off-cycle governorship elections, and ultimately the 2027 general election, the Commission is concerned with various interpretations given to the provision of Section 65 of the Electoral Act 2022 on the review of election results. Pursuant to our powers to issue regulations, guidelines, and manuals to give effect to the provisions of the Electoral Act and for its administration, the Commission is working on a supplement to the regulations and guidelines for the conduct of elections 2022 to provide clarity on the review of declaration and return at elections. As soon as the Commission takes a decision, perhaps as early as this week, the supplementary regulations and guidelines will be uploaded to our website and other platforms for public information. There is a lot to discuss at this meeting. Let me therefore once again welcome you all as we go into the working session. I thank you and God bless.